Hello everyone and welcome to A Slice of My Life. Today we will be talking about the X Plus and Y Plus spinners from Spinetics Spinners. Here we have them already. Yep, no unboxing because you guys actually saw me unbox and assemble this baby live in my live stream. I mean, if you want to, you can check out that video as well. I will put a link at the end of the video, I suppose. Now, I actually got this quite some time ago, and I'm talking about this particular gunmetal and raw version of the Y Plus, and then after that I got a full stainless steel Y Plus. And the reason why I got it was because I wanted to see what a two-toned version of the Y Plus would look like against a, I guess, completely uniform color Y Plus. So I like them both actually. So I'm here to talk to you about them today because I've actually spent quite a lot of time with the Y Plus because I got this quite some time ago, about a month ago, maybe even more. And then I also got the X Plus because Joshua was awesome enough to actually send me prototypes of these Mokume weights. So you guys that actually watched the live version, I know it's a little bit blurry there because it was streaming live, but here we go. Here's a high detail version for you guys to see. It is beautiful Mokume weights. Now let's just talk about what to expect when you're actually ordering one of these X Plus or Y Plus spinners. Now first of all, you're going to have a whole bunch of different choices for you to make in terms of building your spinner. First of all, you're going to choose the frame color that you want. There is a stainless steel matte version, which is this. Then there is a gunmetal version, which is this, and also a electroplated black version, which is just really dark black. Then you're going to choose the kind of bearings that you want. There are 4 choices for bearings, and this is the main cause of the variance of the price in the spinner. You have steel, stainless steel, hybrid stainless steel, and also a shielded hybrid. Now I believe that when we talk about steel bearings, it means that it's the bearings that use the nylon cage versus the stainless steel ones which use the stainless steel cage instead. So most of my spinners, I just pick stainless steel because, you know, I'm not really a spin time junkie and I'm not actually looking for like super high-end bearings, but that's just me, okay? Next, you're going to choose the finger pad color, which is basically the button color, and you have 5 choices for this. So there's matte stainless steel, which looks like this with the laser engraving as well. Then you have gunmetal, which is like this with the silverish engraving in it. You have a electroplated black version with also what I believe to be a silver etching like that. Then you have a electroplated blue, and you also have a rainbow finish. That's 5 choices for you. And then last but not least, you have the choices of the weights. Now if you're ordering a Y Plus, you're gonna get 6 weights. If you're ordering an X Plus, you're going to get 8 weights. I mean, it makes sense, right? Because 3 arms and 4 arms. Now, for the weights, you're going to have a lot more choices to choose from. You have matte stainless steel, you have orange, you have green, purple, you have gunmetal, electroplated black, electroplated blue. You even have a stainless steel copper coated. I think it's copper, but it's stainless steel as the base, and you have the rainbow option as well. So that's quite a lot. So you basically make your choices, and then you click the add to cart button, and then in your cart, you'll find out the actual price or the finalized price. Now, I believe that all of these spinners are actually going for $53 and above, depending on the bearing, like I mentioned, the bearing that you choose. The higher grade the bearing is, it's going to drive your price up more. The next thing that I will just mention very quickly is that each of these spinners come with a little yellow circular card with the letters TN written on it and a number followed by that, and that is the tolerance number because, you know, all these parts are actually machined separately. So what Spinetics does is they take all the weights, they weigh them, and then they will just find a difference between the weights, and then that becomes your tolerance number. So in the future, when you're actually buying just weight separately, yes, Spinetics has plans to just sell weights separately. So when you do that, you want to get something that is the same tolerance number as what you have for your spinner, and that will help with the balance of your spinner, because if you're going to get a different tolerance number, then basically you experience some wobble because the weights will be either lighter or heavier on one side. Yeah, so that's actually a really nice touch, but a little bit more technical for you guys who are wanting to get into the Y Plus or X Plus spinners. Now, the next thing that some people have actually asked is, do these set screws protrude out and do they cause any discomfort? Well, if you look at it like that, you can see that it's completely flush and it is countersunk in a little bit. So no, it's not protruding out at all. It's not going to affect your spin whatsoever. It is not going to cause you any discomfort. It's not even a hot spot. Really cool, right? Oh yes, and if you realize, these set screws here are basically for flathead screwdrivers, right? And these are actually the Allen key style. So in the package, you will receive a little hex key or Allen key, and the Allen key set screws will be inside the frame itself. And then as a spare set of screws, Spinetics will also include these just in case you don't have access to a Allen key or hex key. Then you can basically use a smaller flathead screwdriver, which is a very nice touch. And the reason why I'm using the flathead screws on this one is because when I got my X Plus, I think during the packing period, I think the hex screws actually dropped out or just got lost somewhere. So anyway, you know, it's not a problem because I actually have these spare, so it's really cool. Now let's talk about the shape of it. Now if you look at this, basically the X Plus and the Y Plus feature the same size arms. unlike the original DNA line, where you can tell that the X arms are very much smaller when compared to the Y arms. You see the Y arms are much more chunky, right? So these actually have a very different, completely different fidgeting aspect and completely different feel and character from the Plus series. And I'm gonna say that the X Plus is really pretty hefty. I really like it. It's quite a solid feeling spinner. I mean, the Y Plus is good as well. Definitely heavier than the classic Y. But if you're looking for something hefty, go for this. However, if you're gonna ask, like, is there actually a difference between the two of them? I would say that there isn't really much of a difference because of the arm sizes. They're literally almost like the same spinner, just a tri version and a quad version. Where you know how some spinners actually have to sacrifice, you know, some of the weight sizes and stuff like that because of the difference in arms. Like this, for example, you don't actually face the same thing here. So it's really cool because let me tell you something, guys. This has really nice rounded edges all over, even on the removable weights as well. They are removable weights, but the way they are done, it's done so well that there is no sharp edge at all. It just sits perfectly flush to the frame, and you can see how nicely rounded it is. So this has not caused me any discomfort whatsoever, really, versus, say, for example, the classic, where actually everything was kind of sharp. And those of you with a sharp eye would have realized that I already stonewashed this because, you know, I couldn't take the sharp edges. And if you watch my earlier review of the Spinetics classic spinners, you will know that I've complained about the sharp edges, and then Joshua sent me one of these. This is the media blasted version of the Spinetics X, and this one actually has softer edges, so I really like this one, which inspired me to want to stonewash this guy. And now they have released these. So I actually mentioned this before, and I'm not trying to knock a product, but once you get your hands on a Plus spinner, you're not going to want to mess around with these anymore, which is unfortunate. I mean, these look awesome and they look different, you see. Even if I put them side by side, they just look really different as spinners. Different size frames, different size weights. Even these weights are much more raised and more pronounced, you see. But fidgetability wise, man, I gotta tell you, these are just a joy, really a joy to fidget with, and I kid you not. And now with the weights in Mokume and possibly Damascus steel, man, this is just, it's just awesome, man. What can I say? Just wow. Alright, last but not least, I'm going to talk about the buttons here. The buttons on the Plus line, unfortunately, are not compatible with the standard line of spinners, and the reason why is because these actually feature a very deep lip. Now, I've taken out the buttons from the Classic X, but look at this, guys. Like, you can see from the middle core, see the difference? The Plus line actually has a taller core. I don't even know if I can get that for you. Wait, let me see if I can up the brightness on the light here. There we go. I'm just gonna sandwich them in between my fingers right there. So yeah, you can see that the Plus series has a taller core, taller stem. So that means that you're not able to use standard sized R188 buttons on it because it'll be scraping. You can already hear it scraping right now. So once you tighten it down, see, it's not spinning at all. It's not, just not. Some buttons do work, those that are slightly taller. But when we talk about using the Plus buttons on a standard spinner, they do work to some extent for some spinners, and they work on the Classic line. Unfortunately, you're going to hear them scraping against the side when you're actually moving it left and right. So that means that the tolerance is really a little bit too thin. You guys can see when I tighten it down, it's just almost touching the frame already. So basically, button incompatibility kind of sucks, but you know, give and take, right? You're going to be able to choose the kind of buttons that you want. So that's the, I guess, the plus point. It's something that you guys should take note of. But not all is lost because this is a V1.5 origin button. And it is in Mokume simply because, well, thanks to Joshua and Andrew, I got one of these. This is also a prototype button in Mokume. But that will make you guys wonder, hey, how come I'm able to use this? And if you watch the live stream video, you'll know why. I basically created some spacers with some vinyl tubing and one of the washers from the R188 bearing cleaning tube, one of those washers inside there. So yeah, just me improvising and making things work. So yes, not all is lost, guys. You can actually do that if you want to. And in the near future, Joshua will also be selling spacers that you can actually use, so you'll be able to make most R188 buttons compatible with this frame as well. Yeah, so I'm going to give you guys a quick size comparison with a stubby. Here we go, stubby and a Y+. The Y+ is very much taller than the stubby, and well, the arms are thin, but because it's the tri, it's wider. Same thing goes for the X+. No kidding there. No matter how you view it, it is taller than the stubby itself. But it's really different because, you know, stubby is just in a classic, beautiful shape. Very classic looking tri and quad spinners. And the X was one of the first quad spinners that hit the market, and I think that is a very, very beautiful design. In fact, the X was the first spinner I purchased from Spinetics and also the first quad spinner that I own. So it's got a lot of history for me, a lot of backstory, and this one was given to me by Josh, which is really cool. I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, I bought this, but I did not buy the buttons and I did not buy the weights for the X Plus. But really thankful that I got them. Big ups to Joshua and big ups to Andrew Klutz of Origin Spinners for this button, and Joshua especially for the weights. These were very, very beautiful and a very, very, very pleasant surprise when I was doing my live unboxing. So I'll never forget that moment, really, and I'm pretty sure all of you who joined in the live stream as well, everyone was going, oh my god, what? So yeah guys, on to my final verdict. Now if you're looking for a tri or a quad spinner and you want something that is really, really comfortable, and I cannot stress how comfortable this is, then you might consider going for the X Plus and Y Plus series from Spinetics Spinners. Now it's going to cost you about $53 and up depending on the bearings that you choose, but with that modularity, you're going to be able to choose different colored frames, different colored weights, different colored buttons. You're going to be able to choose different type of bearings as well. And in the future, you're going to be able to buy them separately on top of that. So that's something really, really cool. And it's just something that I really enjoy, and it's been so fun. And unfortunately, ever since I've gotten my Y Plus and my X Plus, I haven't really picked up the classic Y and X version, so I do have to apologize, but that's just me being real. They are slightly bigger than the original line, but not too big to a point that you can't even pocket it. You can still fit it into the two Spinetic pouches, the old one and the new one, and they both all fit. Now I'm going to show you guys with the X Plus. If it fits in the old pouch, it's going to fit in the new pouch no matter what. So there we go, fits perfectly like that. Really good size, not too big, not too small, very comfortable on the hand, and all these rounded edges just make it just so awesome. Man, great product, Spinetics Spinners, 2 thumbs up for me. And basically that's it everyone. I know I did not give you guys a spin time video, and that's because spin times really vary between what kind of bearings you choose. Now on the stainless steel version, now I'm using the ones with the stainless steel cage. Let me just prove it to you guys really quickly. Come on, button out please. There we go, I'm using the one with the stainless steel cage, and I'm easily getting 4.5 minute spins with this. So I'm not surprised if you're able to hit up to 5, 6 or maybe even 7 minutes, especially with the X Plus because of the extra weights on the outside. And well, we talk about wobble, there isn't really much actually, and the feedback is really good. Almost like the classic Y, it's just awesome, man. But because the Y Plus has weights that are more thrown out than the original Y, that response and that feedback is actually a lot more obvious, and it feels a lot better, honestly speaking. But this one though is super smooth, and that inertia and everything, wow, versus the original X. See the difference guys, man? Wow, these are just beautiful, 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 beautiful. Now before I end the video, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I'm going to do a giveaway for this baby over here. Yes, the two-tone one. I know it looks really awesome, and I was kind of choosing between whether I want to do a giveaway for this or this, but I decided that I want to do a giveaway for this because in my opinion this looks better, and I'm just going to keep this in my collection. So yes, doing a giveaway for this, so stay tuned for that everyone. Yes, a Y Plus, all on me. Not sponsored by Spinetics at all, sponsored by me. Yes, I paid for it, I bought it, I assembled it, I've been messing with it, and I love it, and I decided that I think someone else should also enjoy this awesome product. Once again everyone, links in the video description below. These are spinners that you will not regret buying. Honestly speaking, if you are a fan of the Y and X, you're gonna love these. But even if you're not a fan of the Y and X and you're worried about the sharp edges and get one of these, it'll be $53 worth your money. Super comfortable. Tons of modularity. You get to even remove the weights. You can even use the spinners without the weights, completely without it. You can even just take out weights on one arm or take out weights on 2 arms and have a different kind of a fidgeter. It's completely up to you guys. And modularity in the future, when you actually have choices for other weights and you can buy more than one color in the future, guys, come on. Super modularity. Really good spinners. I like them. Feel really good. Yep, that's really all I have to say about it. Thanks for watching everyone, and I will catch you in the next slice of my life. Let me just try and do this, okay? Before I say bye-bye. There we go. Bye.